Let's talk a bit about salaries that Google offers in India and US. I was talking to a lot of recruiters from Google, Microsoft, Amazon, and I got to know that recruiters see at least 200 resumes every single day. Preferably make a resume which is of a single page and keep these three things in mind. Keep it concise, keep it clean, and keep it consistent. If you don't have a very good college, maintain good coding profiles on different coding platforms like LeetCode, Codeforces, CodeChef. You have basically one screening round, 2 to 3 DSA rounds, and then one Googliness round. And that's it. So you will be asked either one hard question or two medium questions. The last thing that you have to do is you have to code this entire approach. And in case of Google, this coding is going to be on Google Doc. In Googliness rounds, you will be asked behavioral questions. For example, let's say your manager is asking you to do something unethical. How will you deal in this situation? A similar kind of question was asked to me. Next thing is negotiation. I clearly messed up in negotiation, so I'm going to give you a few tips so that you don't mess up. Hi everyone, I am Faraz. I am an ex-Google engineer and founder of LearnYard. You must have seen a lot of people from service-based companies cracking Google, Microsoft, Amazon. And recently, I did a few podcasts with people from BCA background cracking these FAANG companies. And because you're watching this video, I believe you too have the dream of doing the same. So you have landed on the right video. I will give you a clear and crisp roadmap of how you can prepare your resume, how you can get an interview call, how will the interview process look like, how you can prepare for that interview process, and finally, in case you get the offer, how you can negotiate for that offer. Before we move ahead in the video, whatever I'm going to discuss in the video is my own research. It has nothing to do with any company and I don't represent any company here in this video. So let's start with Google. Google is the simplest one when it comes to the interview process. They have a very simple and clear-cut process. They check your problem-solving skills and your ethics, and that's it. Let's talk a bit about salaries that Google offers in India and US. Google, and for that matter, all the FAANG companies, they have a range of salary for every level. Let's say for a certain level, the range of salary is 50 lakhs to 70 lakhs. What it means is, no matter how bad of a negotiator you are going to get 50 lakhs and beyond. And no matter what your salary in the previous company was, you're not going to get more than 70 lakhs. So the range is 50 to 70, that means your salary is going to lie between this range. Okay, with that, let's see what Google offers in India and US. You can see in front of your screen. All these salary ranges that Google offers in India at different levels includes the stock component as well. So for L3 level, the salary range is 27 lakhs to 64 lakhs. For L4 level, salary range is 50 lakhs to 87 lakhs. And for L5, the salary range is 94 lakhs to 1.5 CR. And L5 is a level on which a person can stay for a very long time. They can keep on performing at L5 level. And that is why the salary can even go beyond 1.5 CR. It can reach to even 2 and 2.5 CR. Similarly for US, Google offers 191K to 270K USD for L3 level, 244 to 350K USD for L4 level, 340K USD to 559K USD for L5 level. Now let's see how we can make an awesome resume that is going to get us into Google. Now guys, before we move ahead in the video, if you are a working professional aspiring to join top work-based companies but struggling to start your preparation because of your busy schedule, BossCoder Academy could be the right solution for you. They have already helped 2200 plus engineering professionals just like you make the transition and succeed in landing their dream jobs. With BossCoder Academy, you get access to a structured curriculum designed by industry experts. Recognizing that everyone has their own pace of learning, you will also receive one-on-one mentorship to provide personalized guidance at every step of the way. This program is not just about learning development. You will also engage in mock interviews and resume building sessions, preparing you comprehensively for your career goals. Tailored for working professionals, the program offers convenient live classes timings. And just in case you miss a class, don't worry, you will have access to the recordings to catch up at your convenience. You can check their website for a lot of success stories and the entire course curriculum. So do not delay your upskilling journey. Check out BossCoder's software engineering program today. I will provide the link in the description. Now let's move ahead with the video. I was talking to a lot of recruiters from Google, Microsoft, Amazon, and I got to know that recruiters see at least 200 resumes every single day, which gives them only a few minutes to spend on every single resume. What it means is, we have to make a resume such that it stands out of such a crowd. Preferably make a resume which is of a single page and keep these three things in mind. Keep it concise, keep it clean, and keep it consistent. Your resume should contain these 7 sections: header, education, experience, projects, achievements, skills, and coursework. While writing the experience and project section, try to include numbers. For example, I increased the coach to customer ratio by 25% by implementing an important feature called habit journey. This way you can easily show the impact that your work has done. I have a very detailed video explaining how I made the resume which got me into Google. I will provide the link of that video in the description. It has already got 1.2 million views and it's a very good one. So you can watch that video after finishing this one. There's a pro tip. I asked a recruiter that what is the first thing that they see in a resume. The answer was, it is the experience. And if experience is not there, they look at the college. And if the college is tier 3, they look at the project and the coding profiles. So now you know where to focus on depending upon what you have. If you don't have a very good college, maintain good coding profiles on different coding platforms like LeetCode, Codeforces, CodeChef. If you have a good working experience, try to showcase that at the top of your resume. Now that we have seen how we can make an awesome resume, let's see how to get an interview call. And this process is actually very important because a lot of people struggle in getting an interview call. Basically, there are two ways. One way is to reach out to the company. Second way is to attract the recruiters of the company. The first way is through LinkedIn. What you can do is, first you can go to company's career portal, see the preferable profiles which suits you according to your experience, according to your expertise. For example, let's say you are a fresher having 0 to 1 year of experience and you want to apply to Google as an SDE2. The starting profile of Google is SDE2 or L3. Now you see that there are 5 different postings on the job portal, the career portal. You can look at the location which you want, note down the job ID of that particular job, and then go to LinkedIn, search for the employees of Google, and then ask them for the referral. The way you can ask them for the referral is by simply telling that how prepared you are. You can tell them I have solved, let's say, 500 questions on LeetCode and I feel pretty confident that I can crack the interview. I'm eligible for the interview. Provide them the number of questions that you have done, your resume, the job ID as well, and the message that you give them should be very crisp. It should be very tiny message. Don't send them a huge message, otherwise nobody is going to read that. This way, your chances of getting referral will increase. And text at least 10 to 20 people so that you can get a few responses. Second thing that you can do is, you can attract recruiters by maintaining a very good LinkedIn profile. It happened with me not only once, but 3 times. Once before I joined Google and 2 times after I left Google. Recently, when I was talking to people who were also approached by Google on LinkedIn, I got to know that they were all pretty active on LinkedIn. I too was approached because my profile presented me as a good problem solver. This is really helpful. So what you can do is mention your coding handles on your LinkedIn profile and keep writing posts about your learning journey to increase visibility. What I will do is I will provide my LinkedIn profile in the description. You can go and check out how have I written the bio, my skill section, recommendations, my previous work experience, and all those things, okay? So you can just maintain a similar kind of thing on your LinkedIn profile as well. Now let's talk about interviews. So if you're a fresher or someone with 3 to 4 years of experience, you must be looking for L3 or L4 profile. And at these profiles, you have basically 1 screening round, 2 to 3 DSA rounds, and then 1 Googliness round. And that's it. If you're looking for L5 profile, you will have 1 screening round, 2 DSA rounds, 1 system design round, and 1 Googliness round. All these rounds are going to be of 45 minutes. In these 45 minutes, you have to interact with the interviewer, you have to listen to the problem statement, come up with a solution, the most optimal solution I would say, and then write the code for the same. Let's talk in depth about DSA rounds. And the discussion that I'm going to do applies to all the companies. So you will be asked either 1 hard question or 2 medium questions. The first thing that you need to do is you need to listen to the interviewer clearly. After listening to the interviewer, second thing that you have to do is ask clarification questions. Sometimes interview leaves gaps, so you need to ask questions to fill those gaps. Third thing is you can start explaining the solution using some brute force approaches that can directly come to your mind. Just talk about it, tell the space complexity, time complexity of that brute force approach without getting much into the details, because that will simply waste time and this is not what the interviewer is seeking. The interviewer just wants to know that how quickly can you think of the brute force approach. So within 5 minutes you can just summarize all the brute force approach that you can think of with the time complexity and space complexity analysis. The next thing that you have to do is you have to start building towards the optimal approach. And while you are doing that, think loud so that the interviewer can listen and he can judge you based upon your thought process. Let's say you get stuck in this process, the interviewer can also give you hints. Once the interviewer is satisfied with your optimal approach, he might ask you to test that optimal approach on a test case. Or you can do it by yourself if the interviewer is not asking you to do that. Next thing you have to do is to explain the space and time complexity of this optimal approach. The last thing that you have to do is you have to code this entire approach. And in case of Google, this coding is going to be on Google Doc. While you code, Please make sure that you don't have any syntax errors. The code is clean, readable, you have proper variable namings. The naming should be meaningful. You follow a specific convention while naming. For example, if you're following camel case, always follow camel case convention. If you're following snake case convention, then always follow the snake case convention while writing the variable names. Make sure that your code is readable. You can follow a similar kind of approach for system design interviews as well. During interviews, interviewer is going to judge you on the basis of how well you understood the problem, how fast you come up with the solutions, your problem solving skills, and how well you can write the code. Apart from this, they also judge you on your communication skills, how well you are able to explain your approach to the interviewer. It matters a lot. Let's talk a bit about Googliness rounds as well. In Googliness rounds, you will be asked behavioral questions. For example, let's say your manager is asking you to do something unethical. How will you deal in this situation? A similar kind of question was asked to me. And when I answered that, they asked a counter question. Let's say if your manager insists that you need to do this unethical thing, how will you react in those situations? These questions are very simple, fun to answer, but you can follow a very simple approach while answering these questions so that it looks structured. You can follow STAR, STAR method, to answer these questions. S stands for situation, what the situation is. T stands for task. What was the task that you had? A for action. What action did you take? And finally, R. What was the result of that action? So this is the way you can answer these behavioral questions. A lot of examples are there on the internet. You can read what kind of questions do interviewer ask in these type of interviews. Now let's see how we can prepare for these interviews. For Googliness and system design rounds, I will provide detailed docs in the description. You can go and check out how you can prepare for system design and Googliness interviews. I'll talk about data structures and algorithm because most of your time will go in preparing for DSA rounds. Let me list down the important topics that you need to prepare for DSA rounds. Graph is definitely one of the most important topic. In graph, you can focus on DFS, BFS, DSUs, strongly connected component, and minimum spanning tree. Next important topic is binary search, especially the word problems in binary search, which tells you a story and you have to first analyze that you have to apply binary search and then apply the algorithm. Third important topic is dynamic programming. Then you have arrays. A lot of question comes from arrays, and then you can prepare for binary search trees. You should definitely also prepare for other DSA topics as well, but these are the most important ones. What I have done is I have compiled list of all the important questions and it is there on my website LearnYard.com. I will provide the link of that resource in the description as well. So especially for the topics that I have mentioned over here, you should go and solve all the questions which are there in my DSA sheet. Just keep in mind, during interviews, if you get a medium question, only spend 20 minutes in that medium question because most probably the interviewer is going to ask you 2 medium questions. Just in case you get a hard question, spend around 35 to 40 minutes in that hard question. The DSA sheet which I'm going to provide in the description, all the questions of that DSA sheet are present on LeetCode. You can go and solve those questions on LeetCode and make sure while you are solving that, put a timer of 20 minutes and 40 minutes respectively. Now let's say you got the offer. Next thing is negotiation. I clearly messed up in negotiation, so I'm going to give you a few tips so that you don't mess up. The first thing is, you should not give your offer first. Always ask recruiter to extend their offer. You can tell them that you trust the company, you trust the process, so they can give you the best offer. Then you can negotiate if you think that the offer is not sufficient, not according to the market standard. And for that, you will have to do a little research. You will have to go to LeetCode, 6 figures, and there's one more website, Levels. You can check all the data there. What is the recent trend? How much are the engineers getting? For let's say if you're preparing for L3 profile, just check out the L3 experiences. Sometimes people mention their range of salary that they have got. So you can do your own research and then go and negotiate. One thing which I did is, I talked about my previous company. I was referring to my previous company that I have, let's say 19 lakh base and some ESOPs. And ESOPs are not equal to stocks, so that's why I clearly messed it up talking about the ESOPs that I had and was very few in amount. So I did not get a lot of stocks in my offer. So I hope these tips were useful for you and all the best for whatever company that you are preparing. Thanks a lot for watching the video. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you are new here, and thanks a lot for watching. See you in the next video. Till then, bye bye, take care.